Yeah, so let's get back to that topic, the Obama topic, because you're obviously socially, politically aware and involved. So. Let's talk about that.
All right, great.
Okay, go.
Washington, I was actually there during the inauguration. Very, very cold. Very, very cold. With a camera, 2 cameras actually, video camera and a photo camera.
Yeah.
And the reason I went was not because I had all these warm, fuzzy feelings about an African-American being elected, you know, the President of the United States, but it was to document, because I thought it was a very important event socially. And in terms of the impact that President Obama has, I think it's a positive thing for people to see a black man and the family, a powerful black woman and children in a position of responsibility and authority. So I take nothing away from that. That's a very good thing. In terms of the politics, I don't think that should, you know, serve to change our political approach to what the office, the presidential office of the United States represents and the policies that that office is responsible for. So if you would believe that Bush is, you know, incompetent mentally, and that can be his excuse for being complicit in signing on to, you know, neo-colonial activities, if you will, if that's not too much of a strong word to have people stop listening already. Right, I think you should also look at Obama's positioning in terms of him signing on to similar measures critically as well. So,
well, I think that I think the idea, the concept of the White House, the presidency, is almost to me a separate entity than the person, unfortunately. And I'll explain. When someone has an agenda, and I think I have a funny feeling I don't know the man Barack Obama, but
what? I thought you knew him
personally. Well, we had some private conversations, but anyways, but I can't talk about that here on the radio.
Of course not.
On the television. But anyways, you have these intentions. You sell these intentions to the public. You get the votes. You get in, and all of a sudden you're representing. I'm not excusing this, but it's a dilemma. You're representing the other side that voted for the other side, whoever, McCain and so, all these other people. You're representing a whole gamut of people that you didn't initially represent, so to speak. And so you're trying to keep everybody happy, which is impossible. Plus, you have an agenda by the, how you say, the Army, the Navy, or whoever, in this case, Crystal, who may be a bit of a problem, this guy, General Crystal, who is maybe more influential behind closed doors. You don't know if it's almost like fail-safe, like they're almost taking control of the White House, where they're convincing this particular president, because he may not know much about the chess game of maneuvers out there in the war zones, maybe taking too much advice from a general and his staff. What I'm saying is, I'm getting lost in this. What I'm saying is, I think that sometimes when you get in there, you can be controlled. You think you're controlling the situation, but it could be easily the other way, that he's being controlled by the other side.
Oh yeah. Plus,
which
it's
is
such
not. I'm not excusing Obama. I'm just saying you're in a situation that I would never want to be in. It's a very tough position to be a president with your staff, because you can be controlled by the staff in a sense.
Any thoughts on that, CJ?
Well, when we look at America, what is America and what's running America? There are a few interests. It's not just the interests of one individual that determines the future of a country. There are a lot of corporations that have a vested interest in the international and domestic policy of the United States, and there are a lot of institutions connected to those corporations as well. And so the president is more of a figurehead and more of a PR, public relation entity.
Thank you. You're wording it better than I'm.
Well, yeah, I think we're definitely on the same page in terms of what that's representing. And right now, one of the earlier statements, it does look like a great PR entity to have in terms of Obama's representation. And I say nothing bad personally about President Obama. I don't know him personally either. But I do think he's a really outstanding individual. And in terms of him personally, what I've heard, it's really amazing stuff. So nothing negative, but the institution of the United States of America has a lot of problematic issues that have to be addressed. And I don't think having you know, an outstanding gentleman as a president can excuse that.
Yeah, it's like it's such a huge bureaucracy. It's like it's a ship of state. It's you can't turn it on a dime.
No.
and there are a lot of interests.
Right, and because of that, if you ever read a book by, sorry if I cut off too quickly, but Kurt Vonnegut wrote one of his earlier books. You know, everyone knows about Slaughterhouse-Five and various other books that he's written, but one of his earlier books was Player Piano. And in Player Piano, it's at the future, way out in the future, and that's where the president is just a figurehead. And we may be going, because of what you just were saying, in that area, because of these circumstances of special interests and whatever, that's almost like, but it like, he still has a say, but the way the circumstances are, he doesn't have that control. And it's like a figurehead, perhaps.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, okay, final thoughts. We're just about out of time. So it's been great to have you here. Great conversation.
Thank you.
I'd love to be able to continue this. We'll have to have you back and do this some more. But
thanks a lot.
You want to leave us with any final thoughts? Did you get your flu shot?
Not just yet. But thank you for having me on the show. It's been a pleasure. Website is www.TOportfolio.com, TOportfolio.com, and you can also contact me at info@TOportfolio.com. Love doing photography services. Right now, working on developing a youth program with photography as well. And thank you again for having me here. It's been a pleasure.
Cool. Are you going to get your flu shot?
Well,
are you all about that? I'm down.
That's a whole other
all
discussion.
About the flu
That's
shot.
another
whole other
discussion.
discussion.
But be healthy.
I haven't done it yet either.
I can't wait to get mine.
Again?
And so.
Okay.
Thanks again.
We're going to, thanks a lot, CJ. We will have you back.
Yeah.
Looking forward to having you back again. That was a lot of fun.